get into this great message, right? What people don't understand is that, right, the things that people think are true, majority of the things come down to lies, right? What people don't understand, right, is that a lot of people in their minds are within the lie. When someone go to interact with you, right, the only thing you could do is play the lie. That's it. So the thing is, right, when someone know that your mind is within a lie, right, and they know the truth about you already, you got it, and you try to send them a certain type of projection, the way you want them to think, the way you want them to operate, right, and then come to realize that way of operating consists of man. It don't have nothing to do with God at all. It don't. Connections and natural experiences doesn't come down to a certain number. That's not what it comes down to. They come down to the mind, right, allowing the experience of self, right, to be downgraded, to be uploaded, installed in the mind, right, and then, for you to also share as well. What a lot of people don't understand in this world is that you got other ones in this world where they know that lies could be within a certain person or being, wherever the case may be, right? And what they understand is that, right, they may know exactly who this individual may be. You got it? And so, what you have to understand in this world is that if you are something, the people around you, they're within the lies. So they can only do the lies that are within their mind. You understand what I'm saying? Always understand what you're around. Everything is a lie around. Everything that everyone playing to is pretty much a lie. I don't even pay attention to liars. I can't. The reason why that is because pay attention to this. If someone's a liar to themselves, right? Let's just say they lie, right? What you got to understand is that the technology of their minds are holding lies. There you go. Let me ask you a question. If the technology of the mind can hold a lie, are the lies reflected onto others? Thank you. See what I'm saying? So what you have to understand in this world is that a lot of people gonna die in this world. And the reason why that is we're going through conscious. And a lot of consciousness is being checked up on. A lot of conscious is laying on other consciousness, thinking we in an old world, thinking like we can't make our natural connections. Like I'm gonna talk about it real quick. A lot of people in this world, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. A lot of people in this world are supposed to be connected to each other. I ain't playing, bro. Stay away from me. I'm gonna tell you, whatever energy in you, bro, right? Keep that energy away from me. I had to tell him to his face, like, whatever energy that's operating in you, keep that shit away from me. He see me with my weapon. He realizing, like, okay, so he's not playing. Like, no, I know that you're a demon and a deity that's monitoring me. I understand that. And I told that motherfucker to his face, whatever that's in you, right? Keep that shit away from me. You got it? All right. Motherfucker sat there and looked at me like, okay, he's not playing. Let me stop following him around and bothering him. Thank you. Okay? Now, this is what I want to say to the people. A lot of y'all failing yourselves right now. A lot of y'all, just being honest, some of you people are thinking y'all have a choice to stop others from connecting to each other. Y'all don't have a choice of that. Y'all don't have a choice of that. Y'all don't have no choices. Y'all don't. Okay? Critiquing perception, trying to change what someone is. This is the reason why a lot of human beings got to get deleted consciously. Yeah, because y'all in the way of things. Okay? Y'all trying to, make this perception of man exist and it just don't exist no more. The game is over with now. Lying on people, trying to make them seem like they something they not. Listen, let me tell you something, you people something. What y'all gotta really understand is this. The more and more you lie on someone, right? The more and more the truth get bigger. Because the things that you say that they do, when people watch it, they be like, that's not even what they did. Thank you. Okay? So what I want to say to a lot of people is that y'all gotta get out of this perception. Like I've been tricking the fuck out y'all for decades, years, even lifetimes. Y'all got to get out of this programming where y'all feel as though like y'all could fight against the one. No, all y'all are inside of a dream tucked away. All y'all are. All y'all are inside of a dream tucked away. And what you don't understand is 95% of y'all don't even have control of the dream. Thank you. 95% of y'all don't have control of the dream. What you got to understand is this. How you got an option if I designed the option in front of you? Setups. How you got an option of it if I designed the option in front of you? How you got an option? I got an option. This is what human beings going through. I got an option to fight against the one or you know what is happening is the one outsmarted all of you human beings at one time. Do you know what the perception is? The perception that he has downloaded in 95% of your minds is this. I think I'm fighting against him, like Mr. Smith. You're not understanding in this conscious shift that we are in, the one is whooping y'all out consciously. It's just one of them. That's whooping y'all out consciously. What you have to understand is he'll tell you to your face what's going on. He ain't even gonna hide it from you. He'll tell you like in the technology of your mind, you think that it's me versus y'all. It's no world as that. It's no such world as that. What's happening is I have y'all technology and y'all's minds. What I have is that being that I have your mind and your technology, what I have is you all downloading a digital character from the past. Right. Your minds are all synchronized with those past characters. That give us the right to destroy consciousness as a whole. You understand? So none of you are fighting me. That's just a perception I give to you in order for you to fight against yourself. 95% of y'all. Do you understand me? I literally run conscious as a whole. You don't understand because the program that I put you in is that I'm a black man with locks, right? Right. That's that. What you got to understand is this: the perception that you think I am is the perception that I own. So if I own that perception, then I own your mind. Setups. You understand what I'm saying? So the world is not the way it's playing. I love that you people actually fight against yourselves. Why do you think you're fighting against me? It's the most funniest. It's the most literally like the most funniest story ever been into. Okay? Because at the end of the day, what you have to understand is that the image, right? This same image is in the Bible. Again, it's not playing the way it's playing, people. A lot of people getting shaky in their shit. Y'all trying to put on this perception of, yeah, we can control your reality. Like, y'all not controlling nothing. Right. Y'all trying to convince people's consciousness that y'all control things. If you control something, you won't even convince people. Thank you. Convincing really is literally like a con artist. Uh, See that? So humans as a whole don't control dreams or nothing like that. Like I would never give them human beings create things. Human beings don't create. Humans don't have a creative mind. They only have a parasitic mind. You know what a parasitic mind is? The parasites that's inside your chicken. There you go. You understand what I'm saying? All right? All right. That's what you got to understand with the tech. Understand? It's all right. Anyways, right? Anyways, right? This is something? Hmm? Anyways, individuals, maybe they probably going through their own little memory bank or whatever the case may be. I don't know. But what I would simply say is that to confirm certain shit, what's funny about that comment at the bottom is this, right? I was walking in the store one day, minding my own business, by the way, you know what I'm saying? And there was a so-called black person. That's what they call them today, right? Right. They seen me wherever the case may be, and they was like, "Oh, what the fuck?" And I'm looking at them like, hmm. You seen that, right? Yeah, I seen that. That what the fuck look like? You ain't supposed to be here. Mm. So everybody know who you is. They know who I am. They just acting. They acting like they don't know who I am. But they sure can put on a good attitude when they see him, right? and play like we don't know who he is. But we upset with you. Like, oh yeah, I know why you upset with me. Uh-huh. I'm one of those ones that will come over here and destroy this whole shit. That's why y'all panicking right now. Uh-huh. Try to stop me. Try to stop. Baby, I'm everywhere, ain't I? I be everywhere through this motherfucker. A lot of people gonna get wasted. A lot of human consciousness is gonna be deleted. And the reason why that is because human beings as a whole tried to delete, right? Tried an attempt. Tried to delete the Christ conscious. Ain't that right, people? Didn't you try to come here. Didn't y'all try to re-engineer Christ into what y'all wanted him to be? Ain't that true? Even a white man said it. I'm done. He said the truth. I didn't understand what he said in that moment until I understand myself. Uh, See, what human beings is fighting for is the consciousness of Christ to come back to the side of man. But Christ is very upset with man. Look, this is how retarded man is. Man is fighting against himself in order to put Christ conscious back into man. That means that he already woke up. How you gonna put something back to sleep, right? How you gonna put something back to sleep? How you gonna do that? You can't do that. Even if you try to magic trick it with a screen, remember Christ is connected to the Father. The Son and the Father are one. Always understand that they're never separate from each other, okay? And what you have to understand is that his Father and his Son, they created this whole world. So with that being said, or whatever the case may be, right? They already know. You got it? Man gets deleted in this world, and it's the conscious of man being deleted. Everybody want to root for man, but man's conscious is a machine. Man don't even know what it is. Go ask a man, what are you? He gonna simply say, I'm a man. How are you a man when the information and data that's inside the technology of your suit comes down to an X chromosome and a Y chromosome? How are you just one thing? Man don't know what it is. Man even have an identity Christ. How you gonna label yourself as a MEN, right? But you have the X and Y chromosome within you. Oh, man can't even identify himself. This is why man is completely lost. Man is like a what? Caveman. And cavemen, they don't know the truth for identities themselves. A lot of people cavemen. I'm trying to tell you. Uh uh uh. Sad what man has defeated himself in. Trying to fight God. That boy lost his whole physical world. Mm-hmm. So a solar consciousness. I'm trying to tell you. Sat here and looked at man like, you think we at war with each other? Like, yeah, like you can't use physical things on the soul, bro. Fucking retarded. That's how dumb man is. With his robotic woman and shit. Home of the land of no souls, ain't it? Ain't that right? Ah, shit is brazy tech out here. Uh uh uh. I remember one time, right? I caught this man. This shit was funny. I caught this man. This shit was funny as hell, right? This is how you know when you can talk. You can know what conscious really about. Watch. I'm sitting here looking at this dude, or whatever the case may be, right? So he walk up to me, whatever the case may be, and this is what he tells me, because I'm over here basically serving like how can I say little drinks and shit. Now pay attention to the setup and how I can walk your whole conscious into it. Watch. I'm at Whole Foods, right? I'm basically serving like some, how can I say, like rice beer, right? Now watch this. Listen to this. The white dude, he come up to me because he work at Whole Foods. He giving me this look like I'm lying to you, but I want to see if you're gonna take in a lie. Right. See? So he come up to me, he like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You serving the people, right? And you not actually identifying them with their identities. I mean with their IDs. You're not checking their ages or nothing like that. I'm like, yes, I am. Yes, I am. I am doing it. It's just not the way that you want me to do it. Understand that God's intelligence and man intelligence are two different things. Man intelligence is not superior than God intelligence. Will never be. You have to use this is man intelligence and the difference between God intelligence. Man has to use an identification card, right? But the identity that you're reading is a lie. The identity that you're remembering is a lie. So, can I ask you a question, man? Are you trying to program God to accept the identity of lies that's within the memory bank of man's mind? Because man mind will be infiltrated with identity as lies. Race has never been real. DNA is within you. So all minds are lies towards the DNA that's within them. If you identify as a race card, you're automatically alive to your mind. Or you can never say, you can't say, no one can never say, I'm a race when DNA is inside you. When DNA gives you the access of information and data to put your mind into knowing. So what it is, it looks like everyone is disconnected from their DNA. Thank you. That's what it looks like. So what you have to understand in this Christ conscious that we are in now, Christ is watching man and woman and understanding that the technology of their minds did not align with the truth that's within them. You think Christ is going to accept you as a lie? No. Let me show you something quick. What you all did was this. You took the child of Christ. You all know what y'all did. You took the child of Christ. You stole him. When you stole him, you infiltrate the technology of his mind into man. And now when Christ speaks today, you like, yo, what happened to the program that we put in this motherfucker? Why this motherfucker not talking like man? Because the program that you installed is the program and the conscious program that he destroyed. It's like committing suicide consciously. A human being can't do that. Only God can do that. You understand that? So what happened with Christ was Christ already had a vessel here. He already had one. But man wanted to infiltrate his consciousness by what? What did you do, man? Man, come here right here. Let me show you what man do. Man is a fucking rapist towards all children. And women are too. Human women and human men. Y'all all rapists towards children. Let me show you how y'all rapists is. Let me show you. Let me ask you a question. What is a rapist? And we can all agree. A rapist is someone, watch this. A rapist is someone that basically holds someone down and try to physically penetrate them against their will. Okay. That's a rapist, right? Okay. Watch this. Now, when it comes to, let me show you how they allow raping when it comes to children. Let me show you. You said that's what a rapist is, right? Watch this. Can I ask you a question? Can you rape a child with medications? You're going to simply be like, no, you can't rape a child with medications. So hold on real quick. So you're telling me if you give a child mind, right? Something. And the child mind is saying, when you give me this, I move slow. I'm not as efficient as I need to be. And I really don't want to learn anything. The child is telling you, I don't want this medication. But as an adult, you're saying, no, you're going to take this medication because I'm the adult. Like, but you're forcing it onto a child. You're still forcing things on them. It's just as much as you say a guy is forcing himself on a girl. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. So we have literally doctors and nurses inside of schools that are rapers towards women, towards special sons conscious. Y'all rapers. Because why would you give a child, right? Pay attention to this. Why would you give a child a drug? The drug is not made by Mother Nature. It's not. Then two, you give the conscious Ritalin. Ritalin. Anyone understand, like, why did y'all put all these little boys on Ritalin? Because Ritalin is designed to do what? Slow down the neurodevelopment of the mind. Slow down the neurodevelopment. That means that literally the child's mind is in a process of developing. It's in a process of develop. These are the things that a lot of people don't want to talk about because everybody got to pay their social security checks. Ain't that right? Ain't that right? Got paid social security checks in order to sell their children out. Bunch of rapists, if you ask me. You gave your child something that they literally said, I don't even want in me. just to get some money, right? Mm. Shit, Brazy Tech out here, if you ask me. Brazy is shit. No way that's what's going on in the world. That's what's going on in the world today, Craig. Uh-huh. Oh, let's talk about that. Hmm? Let's talk about that. Okay? All right, thank you. Please, please, please back up. 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 Back up. Back up. Back up. Back up. Thank you. Thank you kindly, sir. Thank you. Thank you kindly. Shit is Brazy Tech out here. We talking about a whole real life conversation that a lot of people is unconscious to. When you have a real conversation, let me show you what the technology of the mind do so you can understand if it's a real being or not. Throw out there a real conversation or a title, right? See if the mind is installed with any information and data in order to share information and data on truth. There you go. That's when you can identify the mind is a lie. Just say some real shit that most people don't say. And then people will sit there, they'll look at you, right? And then they won't say nothing about the topic that you said. Do you know why? Because the topic of what you're talking about, right? Topics come with intelligence, no matter if it's lower intelligence or higher intelligence. Let's say I say children have been raped by the drug of Ritalin. The person gonna sit there and look at you like you dumb. They don't know nothing about the truth in this world. Told you. Told you. It's a gang of shit. Like I'm gonna show you this too. I'm gonna show you this too, right? There was this lady, right? And I'm starting to understand. Like I live around a bunch of NPCs. I really do. There was this one lady, right? Kind of looked like she was Puerto Rican, Hispanic, whatever the case may be. I had seen her probably about 2 weeks ago on the 15th. No, I seen her on the 15th of May, right? It's only been 15 days, right? I got to see her again, which is what the second, which we in June, the 2nd of June. It's only been probably about 16 days, maybe about a week, about 2 weeks, right? I came and see her again. I said, "You remember who I am?" She was like, "No." I was like, "You don't remember who I am? I interacted with you 2 weeks ago. You don't remember who I am?" She's like, "No, I don't remember who you are." I'm like, damn, damn. Like myself was definitely not lying to me, and I know myself don't be lying to me. But how myself throw shit in my face, I'd be like, "You were so right. You is so right. How you ever gonna build up memories with people that can't even remember you, bro? You telling me you can? I can remember everything she said. I remember her walking up to me, right? Hispanic girl. She walked up to me and she was like, "Can I ask you a question? I'm Muslim, right? And I wanted to know if it's any type of like alcohol inside of the thing, inside of the beer that you selling." And I'm like, "I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna keep it truthful, right? It does say beer on the label, but if you're specifically looking for the alcohol content, like if it say uh AC 0.8 or 0.7 or 1.0 or 2.0, it doesn't say that on there. It doesn't. For some odd reason, it just doesn't say that. So I can't give you a specific number of how much alcohol content is in there. All I can say is that it says beer, but it doesn't specifically tell you how much alcohol content is in there. I never even seen a beer like that. But that's what I was basically advertising. That's what came from this company. So don't get mad at me. I'm just here to get my money. Okay. Had a whole interaction with her, whatever the case may be. Then after that, I get to see her today, and I'm looking at her. I'm like, "You remember me, right?" She's like, "No." I'm like, "Wow, wow." So I'm able to use the technology of my mind to go back to the past for over 2 weeks ago and can actually upload the data in the memory to myself. And you're telling me it's people walking around the world and they can't do this? Damn, I'm really living around computers, bro. I'm really living around people that's like I'm literally looking at people like they don't remember you. Not even 2 weeks ago. There's something going on with people's minds where they're not able to remember. The thing is, bro, I smoke so much weed, bro. I'm about to go get me a half an ounce right now, bro. I smoke so much weed, but bro, I can remember a lot of shit, bro. And these people don't smoke half the half what I smoke. And you telling me you could look at the girl and see like she a non-smoker. She definitely don't smoke. How the fuck you can't remember what happened to you 2 weeks ago? This shit brazy, blood. I'm trying to tell you. I'm living around people that don't even have a memory bank to their mind, bro. And it shit be shocking to me what I find out about people. And they be sitting there like, what's going on? Like, nothing. What I just figured out about you is fucking brazy, but I'm gonna keep it to myself. I'm gonna keep it to myself. It's kind of brazy how we live around people each and every day. And you telling me you can't remember the person that you seen 2 weeks ago? So that means that, hold on, if you can't remember what happened 2 weeks ago, right? Then it's like people are in a cycle and the technology of their minds of no remembering. No remembering. No November, no remember. Damn. The spells be really working on people, bro. I'm trying to tell you. That's kind of sad. I said it to myself many months before. I was like, I feel like people around me and they can't remember nothing. Like, okay, self gonna definitely point you the right way. And they'll show you in reality, not behind no TV screen or watching a YouTube video. Self gonna show you in a live experience like what you just said was real. It's not something that you project, it's something that you knew and you wanted to see play out. And when you got to see it within another person, you like, yo, I don't want to operate like that. And I know I don't, bro. Because anytime I have an interaction with someone, especially their face, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't remember names. But your face, my pattern recognition ain't nothing. I'm a pattern recognition through the roof. Literally, like, if I ain't seen you in 5 years and you come up to me, I'm like, oh, y'all know who you is? Hell yeah, I see you over here. The average person, they can't even do that shit no more. They can't even do that shit no more. That's why I be looking at the world of conscious, like, yeah, people conscious is really lost out here. It really is because of the simple fact, how are you not able to remember? How? Do you know what that means? Let me show you something. You got two type of memory banks. Okay. You got the memory bank of the subconscious. That's the big one. Okay. That's the big memory bank. That's the one that can bring the conscious of the mind back into memory. But if the conscious of the mind say, "Oh no, thank you," like it's like little brother, big brother, right? You got your mind and your subconscious, right? Let's say a lot of people don't even understand the shit that they be doing in front of them, bro. Let's say, right? Let's say you lost something, right? I ain't gonna even say you lost it. Thank you. Let's say you misplaced something, right? You need to really pay attention to yourself because all people do this, no matter what nationality or race you are. Everybody do this, and they never pay attention to how this shit going to play. Watch, you will misplace your keys, right? What you have to understand is that the left side of your mind is connected to the left side. I mean, the left side of your eye is connected to the left side of your mind. The right side of your eye is connected to the right side of your brain. You may not understand that with yourself yet because a lot of humans don't do self diagnosis in order to know the information within self diagnosis. They don't do that. Now, watch this because everybody do this. Watch this. You misplace something. You will speak. Some people speak out loud and be like, "Man, where I put my keys at?" And then out of nowhere, you get directed to where your keys was at. Shit, you ain't see that? You said I'm looking for my keys. Where I put my keys at? And then right when you say that, oh, they right on over here. Come on over. So real quick, you can say something, and then you could be pointing into that direction. You know how many human beings I done seen do that shit repeatedly over and over, and I sit there and ask them like, "What did you just do?" They be like, "Oh, I just found my keys." Like, I'm gonna just walk away, baby. You have a nice day with yourself. Yeah, you have a nice day. You don't know about yourself just yet, do you? You didn't understand what you just did. Then if I break it down, it's gonna freak you out, right? I'm gonna let you stay in lower conscious right there. Yeah, have a nice one. If you knew what you really just did, you would pick them gems up and say, fuck this whole world and keep on doing it over and over. I'm gonna keep it in the third dimension. What you said? What you said? I'm looking for my keys. What, I'm looking for my keys, and then you direct it to receive your keys just like that. It's a gang of shit that conscious don't know about itself just yet. Ain't that right? I'm gonna say this one more time so you can understand the clues of yourself. Your left eye is connected to your left mind. Your right eye is connected to your right brain. Always remember, on the right side of conscious is your subconscious, which is the higher conscious towards your mind. I give you a gem. See if you can pick it up and make the rest of the connections. That's that internal water right there. That thing tastes good. Yeah, pH balance on 9.5, 9.5. Yeah. Anyways, right? God damn, I had to roll my eyes in the back of the head. That's how good the water was. Let me drink some more. Mm, that's some good shit. Yeah, that's more than water, baby. That gotta be like life. Yeah. Like I was saying before, right? Pay attention to the tech, right? Now, let's say you in the process of, let's say you in the process of trying to remember how to remember. Got a couple of setups for you real quick. Make it easy for your journey, okay? All right. I'm gonna show you how things work in this thing. I already gave you a clue. You got to put the dots together. You use your own mind. There you go. Now, come here. I'm going to show you something right here. Come here. Do the mind has the ability to remember, right? Based on what type of detail you input. Let me show you. Let's say you say, I'm looking for a shirt. Pay attention. The shirt that you are looking for has a color setups. So you would not say, I'm looking for a shirt. You would state the color of that shirt. Thank you. When you say, I'm looking for a green shirt, what you have to understand is what you just spoke, right? Comes from the mind, now from the voice command center. Okay? I understand that you have a mouth in the third dimension, isn't that right? That's the human conscious center, isn't it? I'm from a different conscious center from where you're from. Anyways, this right here is the voice command center. The mind commands the voice to speak. That's what you understand. When you speak, speak. Yes, there's a frequency that is coming from you. You are a frequency. So when you speak, you can speak frequencies into existence. You're not understanding what I'm saying to you. Your mind is not. Pay attention to the subconscious one. When I said frequency, you're thinking I'm saying the word frequency. That's not what I'm saying to you. What I'm saying to you is that you can frequently see things. That's what I'm saying to you. You understand what I'm saying? Mm. Your mind is thinking I'm talking about a frequency, but everything that you speak within is within a frequency. When you speak within a frequency, you will frequently see. That's what I was saying to you. Okay? All right. I'm not trying to play trigonometry with you. It's that your mind and your perception, right, of how you think. So I had to open up the perception a little bit more that we can see the truth for what it is. See? Now, I'm not on the other side of your screen, but how is it that I know that your mind, right, operates like that? I'm not even touching you. Do you see the mind? You have to control that motherfucker. That's what you got to do. You understand? Because you're thinking I'm saying frequency. Then I slow your conscious down and show you, like, I'm saying when you speak, the things that are in a frequency, you will frequently see because you're speaking them into existence. You understand the tech? Wake the fuck up. Don't look at me like that, like, bro, how you just did that shit? No, bro, slow that shit down. How the fuck you just did that? You just told us one word. You said, I'm talking about a frequency. Yeah, I'm talking about a frequency. But then you said it's a frequency, right? That we are and that we speak into existence. And that's how we able to frequently see the things that we see. Come on, man. I know you smarter than that. Come on now. You just getting this shit? Come on now. You smarter than that. Come on now. Come on. Come on. Put your shoes on. Come on. Keep on getting that knowledge. There you go. Oh, Or did I just crack a code in your mind? Setups. Your mind thought I was talking about the frequency, right? But the frequency that you are is the frequency that you frequently see. Setups. Got it? Now you alive in there. You catching this shit. It's all good. Now, let me show you something right here, right? The frequency, right, that you are set to is the frequency that you will repeatedly keep seeing. Thank you. Now, let me show you something, right? You have to change your frequency. Yes, the energy that's within you. Yes, yes, yes. The reason why that is because of this. When you change and alter your reality within the inside of your mind, right, the alter reality of what you want is now going to appear on the outside of you. What you have to understand is worlds are generated within your mind first. There is no world that you can generate without your mind. Thank you. You understand? So let's just say you saying, yo, pay attention to the data. Let's say you say, I'm not laws of the universe. This is as an example. Let's say I say I'm having a bad day. I am not summoning sin upon myself. It's as an example. Okay. Now, what you have to understand is that you just spoke that frequency. That's the frequency that's within you. You have to change it. Setups. Yourself is commanding the technology of your mind to pull your mind out of the bad day. That's why you're going through it. Thank you. You're going to either stay within the bad day or you're going to pull your conscious out of the bad day. And you know what I do? I always pull my conscious out of the bad day. I never put my conscious there. The reason why that is because on the simple fact, most people predict, right? And not actually understanding they're altering their reality to have a bad day. What you input in the mind is what plays on the outside of you. Thank you. Oh. Someone can have a certain type of perception onto me, right? That may not be the way that I'm actually operating. I may put things into play just to see how reality is going to play in front of me, right? In order to understand the perception of everyone else. Do you understand that? Thank you. Shit is crazy tech out here, you ask me. Okay? So you got to pay attention to the technology of your mind and what you command within it and the frequency that you actually put within. Because the frequency that you put within is the frequency that you get on the outside. That's what you have to understand. Okay? You are a projection of your own world. No matter if you allow someone to take control of your conscious, right? They may be using your conscious to project things, but it's still your conscious. Right. You can fight for that back. Okay? If you can. Most people really can't. Most people kind of submit to many of things in this world and don't even actually understand that. How could you submit to something, right? If the power that's within you, that deity needs it. So pay attention. The deity that's fighting you, how is it stronger than you if it needs your energy? That means you have to yield your mind. That means that that deity has no power without you. So how is the deity actually real, right? If without your power, it don't even exist. This world was easy to whoop out. Even when I said make it harder, this shit became easier because I was sitting back just watching the board like it's just a repeat. Told you. This is why when you see me in the camera, like, why do bro be saying he want this shit to be harder? Because he'll tell you what happens is once you say those words, consciously you understand the game and you understand that whenever you say make it harder, they just repeat the same shit. Told you. Oh. So how can something get harder and more challenging, or you can gain more conscious out of it if it's a repeat? Damn. So let me show you another psychological trick, right? You have other individuals in this world, right, where they don't have any power, but they know the psychological mind. And what they try to do is they try to bend the mind to their will. What you have to understand with the dynamic of the game is this. Whenever you're trying to bend a mind to your will, what you have to understand is you have to be the lesser mind. Thank you. You got to be the lesser mind. Usually, whenever someone's trying to bend someone else's mind to their will, it's usually the lesser mind. The higher mind doesn't have to really bend things in minds to it will because it operates with the connection of the minds. That's the difference. So I already know with a lot of people's conscience, they like, Well, I'm pretty sure you bend other people's consciences to your will. It's because of connection. There's a difference. Understand the controlling one doesn't know nothing about the reality of what connecting. You don't know about that world. You'll never know because your mind is infiltrated with the characteristic of being controlled thinking. So, with that being said, right, the reason why you have certain ones to rebel against controlment is because of this. The reason why 95% of humans can accept controlment is because humans as a whole, they conscious don't look at controlment as something as it being controlled. They look at controlment like connection. Sad, right? Now, this is the thing about the whole thing, though. When you have, say, connection, whenever you look at the planet, always understand that the planet deal with a connection. When it comes to man and woman, they deal with controlment, which means they operate, right? I'm gonna show you. They operate against Mother Nature. Because Mother Nature, she don't operate no controlment. You think she about to operate? No, she don't do none of that shit. It's just like women. Women can't be the goddess of the planet. They could never do that. That's what you can't do. The reason why they can't be the goddess of the planet is because it is. A woman doesn't have a conscience, right, as the goddess of the earth. She never will. She could never obtain it. And the reason why that is because it is. If you make a woman emotionally upset and she had control over the air and the air that you breathe, her conscience doesn't register like that's someone they don't want to do what I'm telling them to do. So I can't just cut the air off on them and suffocate them because that's how women operate. Woman and man operate as the same, lost deities of themselves. That's what they are, because they had to deal with an illusion of controlment. Let me show you how dumb man and woman are. Walked up to man and woman and said, "Can I ask you a question?" They was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Can I ask you the controlment that is real, isn't it?" They was like, "Hell yeah, that's real." Man and woman didn't understand how ignorant they was towards themselves. Okay, they didn't understand how God understand that it's real. Yeah, things that are real naturally play. Thank you. Just like the air naturally play. It's real. Okay, you can't see it, may not smell it, but you know it's there. Thank you. Right. Now I'm gonna show you this with man and woman. This is how far down and conscious man and woman is. Even man and woman, they're so low in conscious they will fall for their own illusions. Watch. Said the illusion of controlment is real, isn't it? They was like, yes. I was like, how is it real if you can pay for controlment? You're paying about 2,000 people to be controlled. So if you're paying for them to be controlled, can I ask you a question? If you take the money away from them, is they gonna come back to this job and work for the free? Hmm. So it lets you know that God knows and shattered your whole world of controlment because He understands, like, oh, you're paying for this. You're paying people to be controlled. And if they accept to be controlled, then guess what? The illusion of controlment plays out. It doesn't mean that you're controlling shit. You had to pay for this shit. So how you controlling shit if you're paying for it? Damn. That's what you have to understand with the illusion of controlment. I have went into that illusion, and it actually is one of the most saddest illusions ever because the person is really manipulating their own conscience to really think like, oh nah, I'm controlling these people. It's like, baby, you paying for this shit, baby. Let me show you something. Do you got a higher conscious, right? In order to connect with all these consciouses and then as one, man and woman has never obtained that. Damn. So, what you have to understand as man and woman, the controlment that you have, right? It's an illusion that you bought. You bought into the world of controlment, which means it's an illusion. It's not real. If the machines, pay attention so you can understand. Man and woman, can I ask you a question? Yeah. Would you design a machine to work for you? They would simply say yes. That is a lie. Come here. Man and woman, watch this. Man and woman, watch this. Didn't you design, right? What's this shit called? The cash machines? You know what I'm talking about. And the exchanges that make all the money. Now pay attention to man and woman. That way you can understand that they're robots. And how every man and every other woman followed them into being robotality. Let me show you. Man and woman, would you ever work for a machine? They would simply say no. But the machines create your money. The machines create your money. Do you gotta work for the machine to get the money from the machine? Last time I checked, most people make a machine in order to work for them. Setups. So how is man and woman's conscious actually real? If you design a machine that you work for, that's higher conscious than God? Damn. I'm good on that scene right there. You good? I'm good on that. You talking about man and woman is more superior than God. Okay. How they more superior if they working for a machine that supposedly they designed? Have a nice one. You said follow behind them? Oh no. I'm all right with that one. Yeah, I'm all right with that one, baby. I'm definitely not following behind them. That is sad. You got a whole machine that works for you, but you rather work for the machine? Let me show you how bad it got. Come here. I asked human beings, I said, y'all machines? They was like, stop playing.